And thanks for joining us on Open Line. I'm Chuck Long here with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm. We are talking legal tonight, all kind of different legal situations, lots of different legal questions. And as I've said often, when I come in and work with Kevin on the show, I learn a lot. It's like an education for me, but there's so much out there. And I'm always amazed that you have the answers. I mean, there's a lot of questions.
You know, they say, well, what about it, Kevin? I said, well, this coat is full of bullets, but they never really got a good, clean shot on him yet. They've been close. And so you learn a lot when you escape some of those bullets.
Well, I tell you, you really help a lot of people, and we're going to go back to the lines. Not a lot of time left, so if you do have that question or comment, once again, that number is on your screen. That's 737-7587. Get online as quickly as possible, and we'll get to as many calls before the hour ends. Okay, we're going to Wayne right now. Wayne, we do appreciate your patience. We're glad that you called in this evening. And do you have a question or a comment for Kevin? Are you with us, Wayne? Wayne, are you there?
Hello?
Okay,
yes, go ahead, Wayne. We can hear you.
Wayne, you may need to turn your television down because I think we're getting a little feedback, but if you can hear us, go ahead with your comment. I tell you what, we are going to take another call. Wayne, if you can hear us, give us a call back, and hopefully the line connection will be better. We're going to Sandra right now. Sandra, good evening. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin? You with us, Sandra?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Sandra.
my question I have a friend that got a divorce, and then the property was granted to her husband. He has since died. He never signed the property back over. He never got it out of her name. She tried to file bankruptcy, and they wouldn't let her because they said that the property is still showing as an asset. So she went to the court system in our county, and he was served. His son was served, and he failed to come to court. And the judge said that when her ex did not sign the property, get the property out of her name, it reverted back to her.
Okay.
Well, then the ex got her ex's son got an attorney and said that he's filing for probate court now.
Yes, and that's
Who does she believe?
Well,
the judge that gave her the order that the property is hers, or the attorney that's filing for probate for her ex-husband's son?
Well, as long as I had a legal order in my hand, I pursue with all vigor immediately according to that court's order. Now, they have a right. They could appeal that order, but if they don't, and that order is filed in 30 days, we're standing on it. And he can go file in probate. He can file anywhere, anything, anytime. But Kevin Kennedy's got the order that's signed and legal, and we're marching on until a new order comes down.
Okay, great information. So, Sandra, we do appreciate the call. Have a great evening. Going right back to our lines right now. Eric is on the line with us. Eric, good evening. And do you have a question or a comment for Kevin Kennedy?
What I was trying to follow up on is this landlord, he threatened to throw me out if I take that sign he wrote on the back of his poster. If anybody move his sign, you'd be evicted immediately. Now, I'm trying to see what Mr. Kennedy thinks of this landlord, because he don't even live in the county, and his administrator here, a maintenance man, rather, takes the rent. He's been coming over threatening people and not giving receipts or nothing. So I think that's retaliation, and I don't know.
Well, and again, what I'm telling you, you can file a complaint immediately or go see the Tennessee Commission on Real Estate. They govern the management of rental properties, and that's where I would seek some relief immediately.
Okay, so Eric, you know, great question. We're glad you called in to follow up, and thanks for that information. So back to the lines right now. Dorothy, we do appreciate your patience. We're glad you're with us this evening. And do you have a question or a comment for Kevin? Comment for Kevin. Comment for Kevin. Are you with us, Dorothy? Are you with us, Dorothy? Are you with us, Dorothy? All right. Once again, a little problem with that call. Dorothy, if you can hear me, give us a call back. We'll try to get to that call before the evening runs out. I think Larry is on the line with us right now. So, Larry, are you with us?
Yeah.
Go
okay,
ahead,
do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, I got a question, and it's about a child support issue. My youngest daughter is emancipated, and I owe arrearage. Last year, I was in a bad car accident, and I got documents from my doctor saying that I can't work, and I haven't paid anything in almost a year.
Okay.
And
I have, over the years, have paid $114,000 in child support, but I still owe an arrearage of about $25,000. But anyhow, I got my doctor, which I've been seeing for 10 years, saying that I cannot work. It shows all my limitations. I can only stand 15 minutes, walk 15 minutes, and then rest 2 hours. So basically, my doctor, I got all the documents saying that I can't work. I have filed for disability. Of course, they turned me down, first of all. So I went
and let me just say this.
I went and hired an attorney, and he took my case, and I've got a court date coming up on the 13th
for your disability
of next month. And my question is it possible that I could get incarcerated if I take all my documents in for the arrearage?
Okay. And first off, no one knows what a judge's mind, what he's going to do. No one knows how aggressive your ex-wife will be. As a general rule, the courts look at your situation on your ability to pay, and it would be hinged with your ability to work. What would a reasonable man do? You can't work, you can't pay. Now, those arrearages can continue to build, and they could build interest. So you're not necessarily getting out of that. And if you had the accident and there's a potential car wreck, one of the techniques that you may do is get your lawyer to do an assignment for partial of these fees of the award that you're to get could go to child support. We do those kinds of things all the time. You're not relieved, but they probably would allow some time and not incarcerate you. I really believe that they would not incarcerate you based on what you've said here tonight.
Okay, well, that is good to know, so I hope that helps, Larry. We do appreciate you calling in this evening. You know, Kevin, one of the things, too, I think when people have a legal question or they need to talk to a lawyer, they're a little maybe skeptical sometimes or worried that they've heard that not having a lawyer, having a lawyer, which is better?
Yes.
Do I represent myself? Do I go ask the attorney? What's the best advice?
Well, the best advice, even if I were an individual working at Walmart part-time, I would do whatever. I would make it a priority. And I've asked myself the question over the years, what's worse, medical problems or legal problems? I pondered it for decades. I'll answer it tonight. Legal problems. They are terrible. They will bring you more agony than you've ever known. So when I'm confronted with that, would I go and get a lawyer? Absolutely. And I can't preach that enough. So that's been my life. And if I weren't a lawyer tomorrow, I would still continue to say that whether I have any financial gain or not, that's not really the question. So even right now, we're giving the best advice we can to the public. And you're not paying anything for it. Try to get a lawyer. Do your very best. And most lawyers, you can get advice. Most lawyers do an over-the-phone consultation. They do initial consultations free. And the Bible says, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened. And you have not because you ask not.
All right, that is good to know. I tell you what, we are going to take a break. We have one more break. When we come back, we will give you the information on how you can contact the Kennedy Law Firm. Again, 3 offices, one of the top law firms in the state. We'll take a break. Back with more Open Line right after this.